I've really been having a difficult time processing what I see as another Trump presidency. Um, I don't know why. I just didn't think it would happen. Um, and now I do. And today I kind of came to a realization that helped me. And that is that Trump is actually the most accurate face of America, of this country, particularly the deep unconscious America, which is built on identifying people through race stereotypes, through gender stereotypes, through all the stereotypes that he so blatantly plays into. And it's the reason that uh, so many people love him and hate him. You know, the people who love him, they feel like, oh, finally somebody's saying something that is on my mind, but I can't say because, I'd be ashamed or I'm not allowed or whatever. And then for the people who hate him, and this is mostly people I think identify as white, um, people who hate him, it's because they feel like it's sort of proof that they're not that bad. And, the reality is we're all seeped in these stereotypes. And we haven't processed them collectively as a people. Yeah, there's the PC wing who think, oh, if I change the language, right, and I post a black square, that means I'm different. But the same stereotypes are still carried. The same stereotypes are still carried. We're still a highly racially segregated country. We're the biggest consumers, the biggest polluters per capita. We drive the destruction of the Earth's environment through our habits. We have an archaic at best recycling system in this country, even in San Francisco. I remember 24 years ago when I was living in China, I met a German girl. She was talking about the recycling system there. They have multiple bins, they have a specific color on each item, and you know which one to put it in. We don't have anything like that here. Um, we are fueling war all over the world. We continue to. Even our progressive wing is fueling genocide in Gaza right now. Basically, I do a lot of, internal work, a lot of transformative work. I help people with transformative work, and it's a work that's through. You work through the pain. You work through your shit. And the US hasn't. We haven't worked through our shit. And so, Trump rears his ugly head. In astrology, it's the Plutonian experience. And here we are. Now we're confronted with our shit. He's a raw dog. I don't dig Trump. And yet, here I am, an American, playing the American game, which has baked into it the racism, the sexism, all the stuff that the system's been built off of. We committed genocide against an indigenous people. We haven't dealt with that. We really haven't. I was driving through the Four Corners a couple years ago with my daughter, and it is in worse shape now than it was in the early 90s when I drove through there with my parents. We've got terrible poverty. We treat our homeless people like shit. We lock away people and throw the key away. We've got per capita the highest prison population. We've got police brutality. We're a mess. We're a mess. And Trump is a mess, right? And how are we going to transform? I don't know. But here's Trump. And transformation tends to be painful. And I think Trump's going to be extremely painful. My hope is that we actually transform and we don't just go into projection and we don't massacre the earth. We don't massacre the world, which I don't put above us. The American people collectively are not a beautiful expression of humanity. We are not a beautiful expression of humanity. Not in my heart. And I say that as us. I include myself in this mess that we have created over the generations. I'm a part of this mess. We are all part of this mess. And we have to transform. And perhaps Trump is the shitty reflection of us that's needed for that possibility. I just need to get that out. I doubt anyone's going to get to this point, but if you do, thank you, and pray, and work on transforming yourself, and work on transforming, period, through love and acceptance, because that's the only way to the bright side, is through love and acceptance and connection.